Messi level with Ronaldo again. 76th Champions League goal, but what an important one. And here he is again. Here he is again. It's astonishing. Absolutely world class. Only football can make you feel like this.
The 24th day of June, definitely it is a special day, and I welcome you to Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM. My video, your video. Today is a wonderful day because the greatest of all time, in the name of Lionel Messi, is celebrating his birthday today.
How old is he turning himself? 34, 36. I got to check him.
Second goal of the evening is 45th this season for Barcelona. Incredible tally from an incredible player.
That's a five.
Definitely, he is a legendary great for the team Barcelona, but he's trying to see if he can replicate that feat in Paris Saint-Germain. A good, very warm welcome to you, sport lovers across the globe, and welcome to Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM. My video, your own video. It is a beautiful sporting Friday morning, the 24th day in the month of June. And remember, it is the birthday of Lionel Messi. Quickly, and look at our top stories this sporting morning. Updates from the 2022 NBA draft, which was done in the early hours of today. Golden Eaglets are set for Burkina Faso showdown. Anita Alvarez survives get scared in FNA swimming championships. The latest FIFA rankings. We have to tell you, we are dear country Nigeria is on the latest FIFA rankings, and Paul Pogba is set for Juventus unveiling. Well, I am now asking you to board this flight with me, as we'll be talking everything sports from basketball to football. Definitely, we will be taking you all around the globe in terms of sporting activities. I also have my regular player with me this morning. I have Oscar with me in the building. Oscar, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mona, and good morning to everybody listening and watching us live on Facebook. And I want to say a special happy birthday to the greatest of all time, the greatest to ever kick a football in the name of Lionel Andres Messi, who is turning 35 today.
Oh, definitely. Lionel Andres Luis Messi is turning 35 today, and he surely has great heroics in the footballing world. But quickly, we'll begin on basketball this morning. We'll be telling you that the NBA draft for 2022 was done in the early hours of today. But yesterday, from the side of the US, it was done, and definitely a host of players they were able to make names as promising talents for the new NBA season. 3 names were definitely to catch the eyes of everyone yesterday in the names of Paolo Banchero. We have Jabrio Smith and Chet Helmogren. Those are the 3 names of players who were able to catch the sights of everyone. They are the prospects to watch in the coming NBA season. So, Oscar, this morning, Paolo Banchero he is a talent. They say that he is under 23 and he is the next big thing in the coming season of the basketball. Come 2022-2023 season, he was the top ranked in the NBA draft yesterday. He was top ranked, followed by Jabrio Smith, who was also signed by Houston Rockets yesterday as well. So, what do you think of these 2 players, these 3 players who we are saying that they are fantastic for this coming NBA season?
They are youngsters with bright futures, and they did well to get drafted. And then this is the big leagues. This is their chance to prove what they are capable of. Taking cue from their idols who have done great in the game, and hopefully they have a wonderful career and get them as one of the best in basketball.
Well, definitely, we hope it will get them as one of the best in basketball. The ranking was Paulo Panchero. He was the first. Jabril Smith Jr. was the second. Jaden Ave was the third. And Chet Helmogren was the fourth. This same draft was what brought out Gianni Santekonubo and a host of other stars to limelight when they were brought to the big leagues to play with the big boys. Well, moving over to our next story. This morning, it was very, very sad at the FINA World Championships where we saw American Anita Alvarez faint in the pool during the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary. It was a very sad scene to watch during the course of her very own turn to practice her sport. During the course of her swimming, she just felt lifeless and she was drowning in the water, and she was noticed by her coach. Her coach was the person who was able to rescue her from that very, very situation. Now, as reports say that it is not the first time such has happened in her career, that this is the second time such a thing is happening. Now, Oscar, do you feel she should call it a quiz? Because definitely that was a big risk.
No, definitely. If it has happened before and this is the second time, I think she should be looking at stopping it entirely, because your life comes above every other thing. If it was just once, I would say, okay, maybe it was just a fluke, but now that it has repeated itself again, she might not be third time lucky. So I think she should be looking at retiring entirely and looking after her health.
But definitely she should be looking at retire, because this is the second time in her career such a thing has happened. In the name of Anita Alvarez, her coach was able to say these words: "It was a good scare. I had to dive because the lifeguards didn't do it. I was scared because I could see she wasn't breathing, but she's feeling great now. She's at her best, and we are hoping that she will make a return." Anita is much better. She is already at her best. It was a good scare, to be honest. I jumped into the water again because I saw that no lifeguard was diving, and I got it. I remember this same scene that happened when Chelsea was playing a game, and Marcos Alonso was able to detect to the security personnel in the stadium that something was going on in the stand. Now, this is another clear case. The coach was the one who noticed it. The lifeguards were not able to notice it. We hope that this is a big lesson to lifeguards. You need to be at alert, because anything can happen while the sport is going on. And to Anita Alvarez, the best thing for you should be retiring. That should be the best thing, because as Oscar rightfully said this morning, the third time, you might not be lucky. Well, we have good news from the camp, or from our very own basketball camp down here in Nigeria, as we are to tell you that the board of the Nigerian Basketball Federation has extended its gratitude to the federal government through the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development to withdraw the national teams from international basketball, as that ban has been overturned already. So Nigeria will be able to participate in every basketballing activity that will be coming after the FIBA World Cup, because we know we have already been banned. Now, Oscar, how do you see this as a positive development? We've already been eliminated from the FIBA World Cup. The women will not go. How do you see this?
As much as it's something that calls for celebration, as much as people are celebrating it, I'm still not happy with it, because
because it came at the wrong time.
They didn't come out to say, okay, this is what happened, this is why
nothing.
We did this.
They just said it was overturned.
After all the sweat these ladies put in to qualify for the World Cup, okay, what do they gain from it now? They're not still going to the World Cup, and you're coming to congratulate the federal government for lifting a ban that you didn't tell us what led to the ban in the first place. It's something. It's a positive that going forward, that's if all our stars that have said they will not play
again will willingly want to come back.
The coaches will start from the scratch to start building up our basketball team again. It's a positive thing that happened, but then there is no
happened at the wrong hour.
Yeah, there's no clear-cut reason why it happened in the first place.
Because if this, I kept saying it, that these ladies knew what they had to suffer to qualify. It was not easy. They lost to China. They won France, which was very, very dramatic, and they were able to survive a scare against Mali. They were able to come back in that match, win the encounter, qualify for the FIBA World Cup, and now all of a sudden, because of this same issue, they were banned. Now, eventually, after FIBA, you just come out yesterday and say that the ban has been overturned. No clear-cut reason, no statements that, okay, this was the reason why the Basketball Association was dissolved, and this is why we are bringing them back on board. Nothing of such. You just come out with congratulatory messages. I want to know how the coach of the Tigers and the Tigers will be able to take this with, especially the Tigers, knowing how they suffered to be able to qualify for that World Cup. Now, Mali were just able to get the lucky shots and replace the hard-working Nigeria who had to do the much needed thing to qualify. Well, moving over to our next story this morning. Today is the D-Day for our Golden Eaglets as they will be taking on Burkina Faso in the finals of the WAFU Under-17 Championship. Remember that the Golden Eaglets are yet to lose in all 3 of their games in the tournament as it stands now. The same for Burkina Faso as well. Nigeria has been more convincing than Burkina Faso. Oscar, any words for our very own Golden Eaglets this morning? It's not going to be an easy battle, but what do you have to say about this encounter?
Definitely, it's not going to be easy for them, but then they should just keep to their practice, the things they have learned in training, the plans they've made, and then how they've been playing their intensity. And I see us being victorious today if we get the things right. Everything we had to do, if we get them right, then it's not going to be an easy game. Definitely, Burkina Faso, they defend pretty well, and then they hit you on the counter, and once they score, it's very hard to come back from there. But I still think we have a viable attack that can do us proud, and I wish them luck into this match.
Well, definitely remember that the game against Cote d'Ivoire, Emmanuel Michael was able to score 2 solid free kicks in that encounter and was one of the star performers of that encounter. We'll be hoping to know if he can replicate the same feat. But this morning, I'll be telling you that the Golden Eaglet striker in the name of Light, AK, expects a tough game, but he believes his size strength and is confident that they will come out victorious in their encounter against Burkina Faso. In his words, he says, it is obviously going to be a tough match, but we have been training, but we are prepared. The strikers have been training on many things that we are going to use during the match, like combats, combination passes, shooting drills, and other things. But the most important thing for us is to play as a team. We have been waiting for this right time, and we know we are going to win this and be champions. Definitely, we hope they are going to come back as champions and make sure that they return with that very trophy. Now, I'm moving to our next story this morning. It calls for a very big consideration. The latest FIFA rankings have already dropped, and in Africa, Nigeria is ranked 4th in Africa. Now, Oscar, what do you say about this? Nigeria is ranked 4th. First, there was a point we were first. There was a point we were second. But when it started going up bad, imagine now looking at the rankings, Senegal are currently first on the rankings, followed by Morocco, followed by Tunisia, who are 3rd. Nigeria is 4th. Algeria is 5th. Cameroon 6th. Egypt are 7th. Mali are 8th. Cote d'Ivoire are 9th. And Burkina Faso are 10th. Ghana 11th. And South Africa 12th.
When Nigeria dropping 1 point in the FIFA ranking, it's reflective of the fact that they couldn't qualify for the World Cup.
Yes.
So I think it was expected. I even expected more droppings, but just one. It's good. So it's a wake up call to the Nigerian Football Federation, the team itself, the players, to go back and answer FIFA and say, yeah, we are still Nigeria. We can still do this, and then make sure they qualify for the AFCON. Not just qualifying, but going all the way and winning the championship and then qualifying for the next World Cup in 2026.
Well, currently in the world FIFA rankings, not Africa now, in the world FIFA rankings, Nigeria is ranked 32 in the world. Nigeria is ranked 31 in the world as it stands now. Senegal is 18th in the world. Morocco is 21st. Tunisia is 30th. How does Tunisia get that place above us? How? Because Tunisia is 30th in the world, Nigeria is 31st. Tunisia is 3rd in Africa, Nigeria is 4th in Africa. The so-called Algeria is 39th in the world. But that is the latest FIFA rankings for the month of June, 23rd of June 2022. Senegal are the highest ranked team in the world as it stands now. They are 18th and they are followed by Morocco. I agree with those two. Senegal and Morocco were so fantastic at the AFCON and they did well at their World Cup qualifiers. But Tunisia is looking like the big comer for me. If you ask me, all Nigeria needs to do is make sure that we are able to step up our game under coach Jose Peseiro. Now, quickly, there is a Nigerian who is going to be starring in the Premier League next season, and his name is Galvin Okerogene Banzunu. He was signed by Southampton from Manchester City. Oscar, I don't know if you have any clue about this man, and there are reports saying that he is one of the next big stoppers in the Premier League. He left Manchester City for Southampton for a fee of 12 million euros. Now, looking at the fact that Southampton were able to sell Fraser Forster to Tottenham Hotspur, do you see Banzunu by any chance trying to be the number one stopper for Southampton next season? He's a Nigerian. He was born in the Republic of Ireland.
I think the Edouard Mendy story it should be a reflective and like something people should look up to when they are starting their career. Edouard Mendy, there was a point in his career when he didn't even have a club. He was a free agent. He went to look for a job as a salesman. So I believe anybody can be anything once you put your heart to it and you train hard every day, every night. You put passion into it, and I believe anybody can be anything. If Edouard Mendy can do it to win the Champions League with Chelsea, I believe anybody can improve their game and then progress and become one of the best in every sport they are playing.
Well, definitely Banzunu was in Manchester City. He spent 4 seasons at Manchester City as an academy goalkeeper after he joined the Citizens in 2019 from Shamrock Rovers and did well to attract praises from senior goalkeepers. Now, there have been words saying that they describe him as a multifaceted goalkeeper who encapsulates the modern day requirements of the position, and they are saying that his arrival at Southampton is going to definitely be one of the best things that will happen in the club's history. Now, looking at his statistics, he started in 2018. He started with Shamrock Rovers. He had 4 appearances, 4 goals conceded with 0 clean sheets. He was at Ronchandale on loan at the 2020-2021 season at appearances of 29 appearances, 55 goals conceded with 4 clean sheets. Now, in the 2021-2022 season, he was with Portsmouth on loan. He had 44 caps, 44 appearances. He had 51 goals conceded with 16 clean sheets. Now, the last statistic this year speaks highly of him, that due to the fact that he has already improved. He's just 20-year-old, and as Oscar has rightfully said, the Eduardo Mendy story should be a very, very big inspiration to every young goalkeeper out there, that surely you can't do it whether signed with a club or signed without any club. Over to our next story this morning. The Nigerian Professional Football League will surely make a return this weekend. We will see Niger Tornadoes take on Kwara United on June 26th. We are going to see Sunshine Stars take on MFM FC. Eyimba will take on Heartland FC. Castina United will take on Remo Stars FC. Lobby Stars will take on Dakar. Aqua United will take on Plateau United. Wiki Tourists will be going on against Gombe United. Shooting Stars will play Abia Warriors. Kano Pillars will take on Rangers International, and Nasarawa United will be playing against Rivers United. Now, the star match of the weekend is Eyimba against Heartland. Now, Oscar, how do you see this game? Heartland are in relegation.
I'm expecting callers to start praying for Heartland again, but it's not something that prayer does. If you're not prepared for the match, if your opponents are more prepared than you, you're still going to lose, no matter how much prayers Nigerians do for you. So I think Heartland should, this match, they should play their hearts out and they are in serious trouble. They are not even looking like they are going to get out of that relegation places. So they have to put in everything from now going on. It's not just in this match.
They need to from now to the season ends.
From now to the season end, they are playing finals after finals. So they should play with everything they have if they are going to escape this relegation.
Or let's see how it will all go for Heartland when they will be taking on the hungry Eyimba. Eyimba are currently 6th on the table, and a win for Eyimba. Then, if looking at the fact that if Kwara United, Rangers International, and Remo Stars all lose their matches, will put Eyimba in the 3rd position at the NPFL standings. But if Heartland are able to get their victory, 3 points will be for them. They will be able to move on to 12th position. That is if Abia Warriors, Katsina, Niger Tornadoes, Lobby Stars, and Dakar all lose their matches, which we all know that will be very impossible in the Nigerian professional football. Let us see how it all goes this weekend for Heartland and Eyimba. Over to our next story this morning. We'll be moving over to the European scene this morning, where I'll be telling you that the FIFA have already approved 26-man squads for the World Cup in Qatar after deciding that yesterday. And another good news is to tell us that it is now substitution. They are not going to allow 5 substitutions in regulation of 90 minutes instead of 3. Remember that all tournaments that were played throughout the course of this year, the Copa America, the African Cup of Nations, let's not forget that the Premier League and other leagues also adopted this measure. So I see no reason why FIFA would not also follow in that vein. Looking at the 26-man squad list, it all gives the countries that probably don't have that much squad depth ability to bring in more players into the fold. And countries that have more squad depth, it gives them the extra boost. What do you feel?
I think it's a good move, given also where the competition is being held in Qatar, given it's a desert country and then the heat and all whatnot. It's a good move by FIFA to extend to enlarge the squad number, and it's to some people like it was in the Premier League when they tried to implement this type of thing.
Yes.
Some clubs kicked against it. The smaller clubs that will be disadvantaged,
yes, because
and the bigger clubs that were pushing for it that would have been an advantage. So it's still the same thing with FIFA. Clubs, teams, nations that have like squad depth will now have enough manpower on their bench, to call upon, and countries that don't have enough, squad depth will now be like, we are being disadvantaged.
But the thing now is, looking at this now, there are reports saying that Ghana, Nketia, Odosin Odoi, and Tariq Lamptey are looking to get into the Ghanaian national team. Nothing yet. They've not come out to say that they've already fully switched allegiance. But do you think this will actually help Ghana in terms of that squad depth they have been looking for? 26-man squad instead of 23, now it's 26. They will be able to bring other players into the fold.
It depends on how soon they join the fold, because you cannot. Yes, we know you're a professional player, you play in Europe, yes, but you can't just decide the last minute and you get drafted in. You will just be out of place in the team. You won't even know your left from your right. So, and it's already getting late because the World Cup is almost here. So I think if they are going to make a decision, it has to be now.
Well, let's see how it all go for Oderson Odoi, for the baby Nketia, and also for Tariq Lamptey. These are 3 starlets in the Premier League who are doing excellent work. But for Odoi, it has been ups and downs in his career. But for Tariq Lamptey, he has been very, very, very impressive for Brighton in the past season. FIFA have already approved 26-man squad for every team. Those without squad depth will surely be on the losing side of this, because the big boys will be able to bring in more big boys into the team to bluster their team for this very, very World Cup. Moving over to the latest FIFA rankings, as it stands now, Brazil are the first team in the world. They are the best team in the world. Brazil currently sits at number 1. Surprisingly, Belgium is second. And Argentina are on the 3rd position. France are 4th. England 5th, with Spain in the 6th position. How is this possible? Belgium second, Argentina 3rd.
That's the thing. This FIFA ranking, it's been ranked with points.
Yes,
points. So during that 2018 period,
yes,
Belgium, they were playing very well, and they were gaining points. They had enough points over the people that we are following. So to close up these points is because is the problem.
Yes.
So it's not like even if they are not playing well, you still have to close the points, close the gap. So that's that. I think that's what still keeps them in the second position. They're not judging on the present form. I don't even think they're in the top five at all.
Because the thing is, looking at this point, the previous points that Belgium had was 1,821, and their previous rank was 1,827. But Argentina is on 1,770. That's saying that Argentina tried.
Argentina,
Yes. So Argentina were trying everything. It was probably doing this at Copa America win, which gave them Copa America when they were on winning streaks that was able to push them to climb this high. Well, it's a very good one for them. France occupied the 4th position, England 5th, Spain 6th, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, and Denmark are the remaining teams that occupy the top 10 position. Germany are 11th as it stands there. Remember, Senegal are 18th. They are above Wales. They are above Sweden. Morocco 21st, above Iran and Japan. Iran is 22nd. Iran 22nd, and Nigeria is 31. Please, what are we doing?
If you go to the Asian competitions, Iran is dominating the Asian.
They really win matches.
Yes, that's why. So why wouldn't they be ranked? If you come to Africa, Nigeria is not dominating Africa. But if you go to Asia, Iran is dominating. So they should be ranked above us in FIFA ranking, because it's not just World Cup that is being ranked, it's every other match you play. So if Iran plays Iraq and wins, it's points for them. If Nigeria can't beat Ghana or Sierra Leone, it's point deducted from us. So I don't blame FIFA for that.
So Nigeria, we really need to make sure that we get things right. Tunisia are currently ranked above us, 1,507 points. Nigeria 1,504 points. We really need to climb up this FIFA ranking. Senegal are doing well for themselves. Morocco are also doing well for themselves, making sure that Africa is really known in the world. And we hope that Nigeria can follow up on this same vein. It is surprising that Egypt are currently not getting it at the moment. They currently sit 41. Cameroon are 40th, and we are seeing Algeria in the 39th position. So that is how it is for the very FIFA rankings. The host nations, Qatar, are 49th in the world. 49th in the world. So there you have it, the current FIFA rankings. That is how it stands in the world. Brazil occupied the first. There is no doubt that Brazil, they definitely deserve that #1 slot. They have been doing very well. This their present generation, this their present run of matches has been so superb. They've done excellently well. We hope they will carry the form into World Cup and be able to do the much needed thing. Now moving over to our next segment this morning, it is Legend in Review, and we will be reviewing a particular legend in the sports, and we will be knowing how that person's career was and who they will feel will be able to take over from this certain individual. On our Legend in Review this morning, we will be talking about the fantastic, the charismatic Vincent Eyama. Vincent Eyama was born on the 29th of August 1982, currently age 39. Place of birth is Abia State. Position, he was a very renowned goalkeeper for the Super Eagles. In his senior career, in his appearances, he was able to play for Ibom Stars. He had 56 appearances and 1 goal. He has also played for Eyimba. He had 100 appearances and 10 goals. He played for Inwa National and had 36 appearances with 0 goals. Benin Yehuda, he had 56 appearances and 0 goals. Hapoel Tel Aviv, he had 113 appearances with 9 goals. Lille, he had 143 appearances with 0 goals. Maccabi Tel Aviv, he went back on loan in 2012-2013 season, 27 appearances with 0 goals, a total of 531 appearances with 20 goals. For the Nigerian national team, he played from 2002 up until 2015. He had 101 appearances for Nigeria, and he was able to crown that as the winner of the African Cup of Nations, which was hosted in South Africa. Now, a very brilliant statistics about Vincent Enyama is that extremely charismatic, reliable, and Nigeria's #1 for over a decade. Vincent Enyama is also had a nose for goal. The Super Eagles star scored 20 career goals, 10 of which came at Nigerian side Eyimba and 8 at Hapoel Tel Aviv, where he was the first choice penalty taker between 2007 to 2011. Now, if you look at the most successful goalkeepers in the history of football with most goals, Enyama currently sits as the 9th on that list, which is very fantastic. Now, this brings us down to our very own Super Eagles, Oscar. Who do we see as that rightful person to take over from Vincent Enyama?
Presently, with our present squad, I don't think anybody has convinced me yet. Nobody has that Enyama presence in goal, the way he commands his defense, his backline, the way he comes to claim crosses and corner kicks, the way he shouts and backs out instructions to his defense. Nobody has. I've not seen anybody have that charisma in them in our current squad.
Well, the thing is now looking at the fact that Uzoho, we have Uzoho, we have Maduka Okoye. Looking at the fact that we are currently looking at, we just talked about the goalkeeper this morning in the name of Calvin Banzunu. Now, does this make us feel like, let us see how Banzunu reacts with Southampton next season? Let us know if there is every possibility this man that was in Manchester City's academy might possibly be that one man that will be able to change things for us in goalkeeping. Because the problem we have with Uzoho and probably Maduka is about the fact that they are not fast with their reflexes. Because when they come to play for the Super Eagles, the reflexes are very poor. And let us not forget that pitch is also a factor. But notwithstanding, Enyama also played on these pitches, but he did excellently well. And let's not forget that with Lille, he was a very serious. He was one of their best, and he also made money for the team because when his transfer value actually increased, and it was so outrageous that we were surprised that a Nigerian player would get such rating in the very transfer market. Now, should we be looking at Banzunu this coming season? Let us see how his reflexes might go.
I think Nigerians should. The Nigerian Football Federation should start looking at, paying scouts, to watch games, to watch all these our upcoming talents. They should watch him in Southampton, get a scout to monitor his progress and how he does, and then start on time to draft him, because currently now I think if he does very well, England will because England doesn't have any.
The thing now is he was born in the Republic of Ireland, and there's every possibility. He does well. Ireland might definitely want to get up because
everybody will put their noses in. I think we should try to make first contact and then watch him game in, game out. Be speaking to him on a regular. That's how you get to a football player that has choices.
Definitely.
So I think we should watch him this season and see how he performs.
Well, Vincent Enyama was a very reliable #1 goalkeeper for our very dear country, Nigeria, and currently up until now, it is still in that department. We are looking for his replacement. Let us not forget that he left the Super Eagles unceremoniously, and he was not fully acknowledged by the team. And up until now, I feel he should have been that person that should be the goalkeeper trainer for Nigeria compared to Ike Shoromo. What do you feel about that? Vincent Enyama being Nigeria's goalkeeper trainer ahead of Ike, because Ike Shoromo has been the goalkeeper trainer for years now. We've not been able to produce someone as charismatic and reliable as Vincent Enyama.
I don't think it's a question of who is the goalkeeper. Ike Shoromo on his own when he was playing was a great.
But if you look at the fact that during Ike Shoromo's time, Vincent Enyama, things have changed in the goalkeeping department. So do you feel Vincent Enyama should the Nigerian Football Federation should just do the needful, talk to this man?
The truth is I believe that our former players should be more involved in our team. Yes. All of them. I watch JJ Okocha. He's not that involved with the national team, and I'm I'm thinking, what is going on? Maybe go once in a while, train with them, give them instructions, tell them what. Not that you have to be the coach. You doesn't necessarily have to be the coach. Even Vincent Inyama should be there. He should be present. Our Nigerian team, the quality dropped drastically. So we need all these people great. And then instill this winning mentality into our new crop of players.
Well, the thing is, Vincent Inyama was unceremoniously acknowledged. He was unceremoniously acknowledged by the team because during the point where he lost his mother, the current coach of the team, in the name of Mike Oli, he banned him from the team, saying that he should have been able to return to camp instead of attending to his ill mother. So that was what was his very annoyance, and he left the team just like that. And up until today, an apology has not been tendered to this man. We hope that the Nigerian Football Federation will do the needful. Vincent Inyama should be the goalkeeper trainer for Nigeria, and we should produce someone as excellent as he is. We're moving over to our next side of the story this morning. It is time for transfer news, where I'll be telling you what is going on with your current team in the transfer market. And according to this morning, I will be telling you that Chelsea offers Ziyech for Rafinha. The Blues want to beat their London neighbours Arsenal to the signing of Rafinha from Leeds by offering Hakim Ziyech as an automatic replacement for the Brazilian. Oscar, you are the Chelsea fan. Ziyech and Rafinha, who would you go for?
It's going to be a very controversial one, what I'm about to say now. But for me, I'll keep Ziyech over Rafinha. I don't see what the hype around
about Rafinha, because
I've not seen it. I watched his games with Leeds. He's a very good player. He's a fantastic player, but the hype, I don't know what the hype is all about.
The thing is, what about the English media is when the English media brings that hype to your doorstep as a player, the best thing is make that move with that hype. If not, you might definitely
you might not move again. Even Calvin Phillips, all these. I don't get what the hype is, but this is Hakim Ziyech you're talking about, the Moroccan wizard. You are comparing with Rafinha. I don't know what has Rafinha done in what football.
Because the funny part is, one thing about the English media, everybody knows, once the English media has you as a player, you must make that move at that point. Because if you don't make that move at that point, it will be very difficult for you to get back to that point. Rafinha has only spent one season with Leeds.
One season.
And for crying out loud, let us be sincere with ourselves. Ziyech was fantastic when he was called on.
Season in, season out in Ajax, he was getting goal plus assist of up to 30. Season in, season out. He was doing it in the Champions League. Rafinha has not played in the Champions League before.
He hasn't.
So why are you not comparing?
Let us see how it goes, because the offer is on the table. Chelsea are already thinking of swapping Ziyech for Rafinha as it stands now. Let us see how Chelsea will do that. Ziyech for Rafinha, for me, it is a bad deal if I were to be Thomas Tuchel. Moving over, there are rumors saying that this is sad news for Manchester United fans this morning, as there are rumors saying that Ronaldo is ready to leave Manchester United. Reasons being, there is lack of signings in the team. As it stands now, no credible player has been brought into the team. Only the fact that they are about to sign a goalkeeper who will be a backup for David De Gea. So reports are saying that Ronaldo might leave Manchester United due to the fact that there is no credible signings, and there's also another comment that Champions League is not sure for them next season. So Ronaldo might be on the move. Let us see how the transfer market will go if a big money move for Ronaldo will be done as it stands now.
Man U fans on our Facebook have been blowing up asking what is wrong with Man U. At least you've given them something about Man U. They are expecting incomings, and now you're giving them story about one of their best players. Also, sorry, Manchester United fans, we don't have any good news.
No good news this morning, just that Ronaldo will be leaving the team. So the next news this morning is telling that Barcelona have offered 35 million euros for Lewandowski, but there are reports saying that Bayern Munich will immediately reject that bid, making it difficult for Barcelona to get Lewandowski. They want to keep Lewandowski at all means, And if they definitely keep him for next season, you know he will still keep banging goals. But let's see how that will go for the Barcelona. I'm to tell you this morning that Juventus and Paul Pogba have already been united as it stands now. So Pogba has joined Juventus on a free transfer, and we have reports testimony this morning that Pogba rejected a £350,000 weekly salary deal with Manchester United to leave the team. What were his words? He said that he wants to prove Manchester United wrong at the moment. So you are a Chelsea fan, Oscar. Pogba wants to prove Man United was saying that the whole board and the whole system is a mess in the team, and that was why he
grew tired of Manchester. It was obvious he was tired of playing in Manchester. He was the passion was no longer there, and I think he started with the fight with Jose Mourinho. So I think he lost the love of Old Trafford during that period, and from then on, he couldn't get it back. So I think it's a good move for him to go elsewhere and try to reignite his career with the World Cup coming with France. So it's good for Pogba to go back to where his stardom started and try to prove that he still has it in him.
But remember, second comments are not always as fantastic as, because
it's not for everybody now. Drogba came back to Chelsea and he won the Premier League. So second comments, Zlatan always
he did it with AC Milan. Let us see how it will go for him. Pogba reuniting with Juventus next season. Juventus want to go fire for fire with every team and regain back their top spot in Serie A. Dybala could be on the cards for Real Madrid as they are looking for a possible replacement for Marco Asensio, who might be departing from the team this transfer market. Barcelona, there are reports saying that Barcelona are ready to move on from Dembele. It is all very bad in the camp of Barcelona. Gavi is yet to renew a contract. Dembele is currently, there are reports, it's two sides to his story. One report is saying he will stay. One report is saying he will move. It is nothing concrete. Lewandowski's bid, the bid for Lewandowski has been rejected. If you are a Barcelona fan right now, I definitely feel your pain. I am a Barcelona fan, so I feel the pain. It is very, very devastating for the team. Anderson is set to join Nottingham Forest on loan, so the deal has already been agreed with an option to buy for 20 million euros for Dean Anderson, who will join Nottingham Forest as a standard. Another very good news this morning is to tell you that Nick Pope has already secured his signing with Newcastle. So Newcastle are not joking next season. Nick Pope is going to compete with Dubravka in goal for Newcastle. How do you see that signing, Oscar?
I think it's just it's a straight swap for Newcastle. Nick Pope is just going there to be their number one. And Newcastle, they are not playing. They have the money and they are throwing it out there. They are getting their I think they are Eddie Howe is actually building something for Newcastle.
Doing well.
He's doing well for them. He's building something. Let's see what happens next season.
Let us see how it goes. Moving over to our next story. Olympic Marseille wants Nuno Tavares on loan as Arsenal might be willing to listen to that offer. I'm also going to tell you this morning that Sevilla could be Morelos' new club, with Moreira and Luke de Jong set to leave Sevilla. Monchi, who is the sporting director for Sevilla, is looking for a new striker for the team, and Alfredo Morelos is strongly linked with the club. The Colombian has scored 113 goals in 224 games for Rangers, who could be looking for an amount close to 10 million euros to join Sevilla. Kepa Arrizabalaga could be heading to OG Nice. I have to tell you this morning that Kepa wants to be at the World Cup and he wants to see if he can compete for a starting shirt for Spain. And now he might be looking to head to OG Nice for next season. It is not known whether it will be a loan deal or a transfer move, but all we know is Kepa is looking to play for OG Nice next season. Oscar, Kepa, OG Nice, how do you see it? Will he be able to revive his career?
Kepa Arrizabalaga, the £71 million man.
The failed move. The really failed move.
It's just that I don't know what happened with Kepa with Chelsea. For me personally, Kepa is a very good goalkeeper.
Very good goalkeeper.
He's a good shot stopper when it comes to stopping shots. Point range, close range shots. Kepa is good at stopping those. I think he should try to revive his career. Maybe get himself into the World Cup with Spain. But OG Nice.
It will be a good one because he will be a starter in the team. Because they look at his record.
But he could have, Newcastle. Come on.
No. Newcastle felt Newcastle is not a team that we want to bring players that are average who are trying to rediscover their career because they have the money. They know they want to stay in the Premier League, so they have to bring already promising talents already. That's why Nick Pope, they didn't look back in getting it. Nick Pope is someone he did well for Burnley. Last season was just not favorable for him because Burnley were going through a lot last season. For him in Newcastle, he will do it. But let's see if Kepa can revive his career with OG. This morning, I'm to tell you that Neymar's PSG future is in serious doubt. Nothing concrete yet, but there are reports saying that PSG might get tired of Neymar and he might leave the team. Let us see how that goes for Neymar. At the moment, West Ham are after Chelsea's forward in the name of Armando Borja, who plays for Southampton at the moment. Chelsea are keen to sign Juventus de Ligt. The Dutchman has a release of 102 on his contract. Can Chelsea sign de Ligt from Juventus? Because Jules Kounde is likely to Luna.
I don't know. I don't know if you can get Kounde.
Yes.
Although I still strongly believe that Chelsea can still get Kounde because there are reports that he came to London earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So there are reports that he came and agreed a fee and then waiting for sporting director issues because Chelsea doesn't have any sporting director currently. They are looking at Atletico Madrid sporting director.
Yes, I have news on that this morning as well.
So I think there are reports that he came, agreed a deal and left, but it's not confirmed yet. But if we can get Kounde, I think we can go for why not Koulibaly? Koulibaly is cheap. I still like signing younger players for Chelsea. I still buy into that idea.
Let us see how we will go for Chelsea in the transfer window. Talking about sporting directors, Chelsea are eyeing former Liverpool sporting director in the name of Michael Edwards. So that is the person Chelsea are looking to secure to their team. He has also believed in Manchester United, but Chelsea might be looking to get his signing before Manchester United. Michael Edwards, former Liverpool sporting director, might be headed to that direction. We are studying that Umtiti has rejected Arsenal, but he has agreed to exit Barcelona. No team has confirmed if he rejected Arsenal because he wants to play in the Champions League next season. I have to tell you that James Ward-Prowse has attracted interest for Man City, Tottenham, Manchester United, and West Ham as his price tag is 75 million euros. 0815-1017-777 or 0907-112-1017. If you ask me, James Ward-Prowse would be a better player other than Calvin Phillips in a Manchester City team. He will be better than Fred in Manchester United, and in West Ham, he will be a good partner with Declan Rice. I don't know about you, Oscar, but let's take this phone call. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you.
My name is Charles. I'm calling from home.
You're welcome.
You did not report the fact that Nigeria has rescinded their ban on Nigerian basketball.
We did that. Sorry about that. Probably you joined in. We were able to talk about Nigeria, the Basketball Federation, rescinding that very, very, very ban. Yeah. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah. Ura and Oscar.
Good morning to
I
you.
greet you.
You're
Good morning,
welcome.
quickly.
Yeah. So this is Ubio Haji, Tokibi. I'm calling from Olu. Yes, I talked about my team at land yesterday, and you and Oscar are laughing at me.
Okay.
But I know that in two things, one must happen. They will either win Limba and go up, climb up the ladder, or they draw and they still continue to wumble. But my prayer is that they must win Limba in order to stay afloat.
No problem.
Yes, yes. I've had all the transfers, and they are very good. You see, Chelsea doesn't want to go into much time in this coming next season. I don't know. Maybe they are waiting for the Euro League so that players that will get injured, they will not sign a player that will after all get injured so that they will be on the losing side. And I say that starting the manager that is responsible for recruiting and bringing players is to step up the rate of signing in the team. But my greatest worry is Manchester United hitman.
Ronaldo.
Hoping to, yes, trying to get out of this.
So he's trying to get out.
Yeah, my government. Yeah, my government.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Thank you so very much for your contribution this morning. The caller that said that we didn't talk about the Nigerian Basketball Federation, we actually talked about that, where we told you that the board of Nigerian Basketball Federation extended its gratitude to the presidency through the Ministry of Youth and Sport Development to be able to rescind the decision. We told you about that, saying that there was no statement about what transpired to leading to the ban of the basketball team. We talked about that this morning. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you. You're welcome.
There's no problem for 5 players, 40 players. So approach them and the Edinburgh we must win Catalan.
No problem. Thank you so very much for your contribution this morning. Good morning, Mona and Oscar. Having qualified for the Under 17 African tournament in Algeria, the Golden Eaglets should keep a step further by winning the WAFU B Trophy in Ghana. Good luck to them. Happy birthday to the irreplaceable Lionel Messi. I wish him many more years of active participation in football for Heartland. It is now or never. They should win back at Aba. They have done it before and they should be able to do it again. Ngosu Nsidawa from Aaron Dizogo. Thank you so very much. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. You're welcome.
I love the analysis of Enyama. If you put this back in this country, it's the unnecessary side. It is the unnecessary side of big clinic, or whatever you call it. To swallow his pride and call somebody back who will help the nurses to go to school.
Yeah.
And to go trainer.
Yeah.
He has not deserved that position very much. Let them recall him and say, I'm sorry for what we did when your mother died. When somebody's mother died, you sympathize and empathize with the person. It's very, very necessary in our culture.
No problem.
Empathize with the man, call him back, and then all of us move forward with the pride.
No problem.
So please, cannot be analysis on that issue.
Thank you so very much.
Enyimba and Atlas Eaglets, you know that it is the government that is holding Atlas back. It is the same APC administration.
No problem. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. Oscar, any last words from you this morning before we close up the show?
No, all I have to say is that I want to wish the Golden Eaglets good luck in their match today against the Burkinabaes, and I hope they come home with the trophy.
Well, definitely, we hope they come home with the trophy. Happy birthday to the irreplaceable Lionel Andres Luis Messi. This on this note, we call it a wrap up on the show this morning. We will make a return tomorrow, same time, same station for the very, very weekend edition, Saturday edition of Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM, my radio, your own radio. I am Muna signing out on behalf of Oscar as well in the building. Now APC.
APC, APC.
APC, they do Heartland. That's the one I don't go, yeah.
Daddy and mommy, so mature adults also listen to Omega